Hello everyone, welcome to this deep dive training session on how to plan a management system audit step by step, ISO 19011 style. Many people think audits begin when the auditor arrives and starts asking questions. In reality, the most important part of an audit happens before the first question is asked, during the planning stage. A poorly planned audit leads to confusion, wasted time, and weak findings. A well-planned audit, on the other hand, flows smoothly, engages people, and produces valuable insights. In this session, we will walk through every stage of planning an audit according to ISO 19011. Step 1. Define the audit objectives. Every audit begins with a clear objective. According to ISO 19011, objectives answer the why of the audit. Are you checking compliance, evaluating effectiveness, identifying risk, supporting certification? For example, in an ISO 27001 audit, the objective may be to evaluate whether the organization's information security controls protect confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Without clear objectives, the audit risks becoming a box-ticking exercise. Clear objectives keep the audit purposeful and focused. Step 2. Determine the audit scope. Next comes defining the scope. The scope answers the where and what of the audit. Does it cover one site or multiple sites, a single process, or the entire management system? For example, an environmental audit may cover only waste management processes at one facility, or it may cover the full environmental management system across all operations. ISO 19011 insists that scope must be defined early and communicated clearly, so both the auditor and auditee know what is included and, equally important, what is excluded. Step 3. Identify the audit criteria. Now let's define the audit criteria. Criteria are the standards against which performance will be measured. They may include ISO standards, legal requirements, organizational policies, customer requirements, or internal procedures. Step 4. Assess risk and priorities. One of the most important features of ISO 19011 is its focus on risk-based auditing. Before the audit starts, auditors must identify areas of greatest risk and prioritize them. For instance, in a food safety audit, high-risk areas like raw material handling and temperature control demand more attention than office paperwork. Risk-based planning ensures audit time is spent where it matters most, making audits smarter, sharper, and more relevant. Step 5. Select the audit team. An audit is only as good as the auditors. ISO 19011 highlights the need for competent and independent auditors. Selecting the right team involves considering technical expertise, auditing skills, impartiality, and communication ability. In some cases, you may need a subject matter expert to support the audit. Team members must also be independent. No one should audit their own work. Matching the right people to the right scope ensures credibility and effectiveness. Step 6. Develop the audit plan. With objectives, scope, criteria, risk, and team in place, the next step is creating the audit plan. ISO 19011 recommends the plan should include audit objectives, scope, and criteria, the audit schedule with dates and times, processes or departments to be audited, responsibilities of audit team members, the method of auditing on-site, remote, or hybrid. Step 7. Prepare audit checklist and tools. Checklists and tools help auditors stay organized. ISO 19011 does not prescribe a specific checklist, but it encourages auditors to prepare structured questions aligned with the audit criteria. Step 8. Communicate with the auditee. Audit planning isn't complete until the auditee is informed. ISO 19011 expresses transparent communication before the audit begins. The auditee should receive the audit plan, understand the scope and criteria, and know who will be interviewed. Clear communication reduces surprises and builds trust. An organization that feels respected is more likely to cooperate openly, making the audit far more effective. Step 9. Logistics and resources. Practical details matter. Planning should include confirming meeting rooms, internet access for remote audits, required documents, and availability of key staff. If auditors arrive without access to records or personnel, the audit loses momentum. ISO 19011 reminds us that even small details, like ensuring translation support or secure access to digital records, can make or break the audit. Step 10. Review and approve the plan. Finally, before execution, the audit plan must be reviewed and approved by relevant stakeholders. This ensures that management is aware of the audit and that auditors and auditees are aligned. ISO 19011 recommends documenting approval formally so everyone has a shared understanding of the audit's purpose and approach. The ISO 19011 way. Planning an audit may look like paperwork, but in reality, it is about setting the stage for improvement. When you plan with clarity, risk awareness, and professionalism, the audit becomes more than a compliance exercise. It becomes a driver of trust, growth, and excellence. ISO 19011 doesn't just give us steps, it gives us a mindset that every audit we plan carefully is a step toward a stronger, smarter organization. Thank you for watching this detailed session, and I will see you in the next episode of TNV Academy.